Okay, can we talk for a moment about being whelmed? Not overwhelmed. That's when you're literally drowning in stress and all the things. And not underwhelmed either, because that's like existing without a massive heaping pile of stress resting upon you. Um, just whelmed. Like you're treading water in a pool of stress du jour. You know what I mean, right? It's like 2 p.m. on any given day. You've dealt with three major crises, two passive aggressive emails that, oh, a phone call that could have been a text. Somehow you're behind on pretty much everything you set out to do today. And oh, what's that? Oh, a cat threw up on your pillow. Your kids have extracurriculars that night. And of course, everyone will want to eat dinner again. You're not actually having a breakdown, but you're not thriving either. You're just, existing in this weird middle space where everything just feels like a lot, but not enough to justify complaining about it. In fact, you may even do the opposite. You may come down hard on yourself, like you should be doing better or handling it better. It's just another day, right? Well, welcome to the daily whelm, my friend. Population, most of us. Uh, the daily whelm is like that low key, ever present stress that's just like humming in the background of your life. Um, when we're chronically whelmed, our nervous system literally is running at a low grade stress response, like all the time, kind of like having background music playing all the time. It's not exactly turned up all the way. It's just loud enough to be annoying and present enough at a certain tempo that makes it impossible to relax or not just kind of be on edge. Your system is always on when you're whelmed. And when you're overwhelmed too, don't get me wrong. But let's focus on whelm. It's always scanning for the next thing when you're whelmed. It's always ready to handle whatever comes up next because inevitably there's going to be a next thing that you'll have to handle. And so you're always expecting it, that next thing. And by the end of the day, you're just exhausted from managing all these things that individually were not necessarily a big deal, but you know, together, it's just like nonstop whelp. Does it sound familiar? I figured it would. We just don't talk much about the daily whelm of being human. How half the time we don't even notice it until it compounds into overwhelm or we get blindsided by big stress crisis. Um, but it's the whelm that tends to add up into big overwhelm, even when a big crisis doesn't hit. Like it compounds. Whelm compounds into overwhelm because day after day after day after day, but never getting a break, or your nervous system never getting a break. I'm betting you've probably had some kind of internal dialogue where maybe you tell yourself that you shouldn't be stressed, that this isn't stress, even though it kind of feels like it because it's whelm, um, or that you should be dealing with things better because, well, let's face it, they could be worse. I mean, we've all dealt with worse. Um, and then we only get support when we're completely overwhelmed or falling apart, if we even have that. A lot of times we wait till that happens and then we end up having to navigate those overwhelming times or the big stress crisis moments with whatever skills we have, and most likely they're older skills that we've learned to cope and deal and survive. But what helped you survive in the past that's not going to help you thrive in the present or in the future. Sometimes it actually can make things worse. It can take you deeper into your stress because it's not what you need, because you're not actually in the same things that you survived in the past when you learned how to cope and survive. So back to the days when you're just whelmed and you're managing. What what if you taught your nervous system how to actually handle the normal daily whelm of life without running on stress fumes, um, with support that doesn't have to add to your heaping pile of responsibilities or add to your whelm for that matter? Um, what if you could learn how to just support your nervous system, and you could also be supported in the process of figuring out what exactly supports your nervous system? Not what's supposed to work, what works for other people, but what actually works for you. Here's what I know: your nervous system does not distinguish between big stress and little stress. It's just stress. So it doesn't matter if it's overwhelm, underwhelm, or whelm. Stress is stress to your nervous system. So when you're dealing with morning traffic, a difficult coworker, dinner decisions, homework battles, all on the same day, whatever it is, your nervous system treats it like it's one big threat, like you're the prey for a very large predator. No differently than if you were actually facing a mega crisis or an actual threat to your safety or your well-being. Your nervous system can't really tell the difference. But you can teach your nervous system to be more present. You can support it with reassurance and safety that the everyday whelms aren't actually a predator level threat. What if you could just have tools to stay regulated during normal daily life? Like, not just during crisis mode, but in your day-to-day whelm. And you didn't have to set aside 15 minutes or half an hour to do it. You just could do it as you're going through your day. How does that sound? Not having more things to do and needing more time? I mean, you're already making the effort. What if the effort was just more comfortable, more present, less stress, less whelmed? That sounds nice, right? Because here's the thing: when you're not spending all of your energy just getting through the daily whelm, you actually have some capacity left over for when real challenges show up. So you're not starting from empty every single day. When your nervous system is supported, it's like you have a full cup. So you pour little bits of yourself around into all the things that you do, and it's not so bad. It's not, you don't feel so depleted and whelmed. So instead, it's like your nervous system is running on fumes and then having to borrow energy when something big happens. You actually have reserve energy and can just move from one thing to the next with less whelm, more comfortably, more present, more capacity just to get through all of the whelm of the day. And then when in fact something does happen that is stressful, it is a threat, it is overwhelm, you can recover faster. And you'll feel like you're recovering every day because you actually have reserves of yourself, of your energy, of your nervous system's resilience. You're not going to get knocked sideways or knocked down by every little or big thing that happens, and you'll recover faster. So that's this, like having this tool to navigate your human experience, navigate the daily whelm and the occasional overwhelms, is why I offer nervous system support that works for real life, for real people, for real bodies, real nervous systems. Not just meditation apps that sometimes make you feel bad when you can't focus or quiet your mind. Not that meditation is bad. Meditation is awesome. Unless, of course, you're struggling with that or feel like you're not doing it right or that it doesn't work for you. And not even breathing. Sure, you can breathe yourself into calm. I mean, your breathing apparatus is literally connected to your autonomic nervous system that regulates your stress. So breathing is a fantastic tool. Unless in moments of stress, you can't take a deep breath or you can't find what is your effectively relaxing, calming, soothing breath. And of course, you can learn other tools that have nothing to do with breathing that are actually supporting, reassuring, and even stimulating your nervous system into a state of calm, parasympathetic state. I'm talking about small, effective little things that you can do while you're living your actual life, day to day, that supports your nervous system so that it can start working with you instead of keeping you in that state of whelm or low-key stress all the time. And the secret sauce is you don't have to figure it out on your own, but you do have to figure out what works for you. And you don't have to become a nervous system or an anatomy and physiology expert or research all the techniques or go through the trial and error process alone, trying to figure it out what actually works for you because it works for somebody else. It should work for you, right? Not always. We have to figure out what actually is easy for you to do so that you'll do it, and what's effective for your nervous system so you'll do it. And then when you're able to do it because it's easy and effective for you, it becomes sustainable and it becomes muscle memory, and it builds this capacity and resilience in your body, in your mind, in your nervous system, so that it's just easier for you to navigate and recover from life's ups and downs, the little stuff from day to day and the big stuff. Have you ever tried some self-care technique or some calming technique that it's supposed to work for you and you're questioning, am I doing this right? Like, why doesn't it work for me? Or you might even reach the point where you're like, nothing works for me. This is so frustrating. Part of the problem with that is that you're already so overwhelmed with trying to find new things to do them, and discover if it's working for you on your own, and you're already whelmed. So adding all these things to do and figuring it on your own, the guesswork, the research, it adds to your whelm, so that then you become overwhelmed and you're going in the opposite direction that you're trying to go in terms of stress and stress management. So what if someone just helped you? What if you had support to figure out what actually works for you? Like a guide, a sounding board, a community, a coach that actually figured out not just what works for you, but works for your nervous system, and then helped you really make a plan that you could just lean on every day whenever you need it, and as a daily practice to really get your nervous system functioning really well. And what if nervous system support wasn't just like another thing added to your to-do list, but something that actually made your to-do list more manageable, more doable? How's that sound? This really is possible. It's not a magic pill or a magic button that's going to like eliminate every stressor from your life. There's nothing that can actually do that, because you're a human being. And we live in a world that's filled with absolute stress all the time, and the things to do. And Your nervous system plays a huge role in how you feel, function, recover, and just get through each day, and how you feel in your body, how you show up in your life, in your world, for other people. It is your nervous system is the foundation to every single thing in your life being more comfortable, more enjoyable, and more manageable in times that are stressful. So if you're tired of being whelmed, or you're ready to be whelmed instead of overwhelmed, or you're actually looking forward to a time when you're underwhelmed, you're just not so stimulated by all the stress of daily life, I'm here to help. I can show you how it works. I can offer a variety of ways that you can get started learning more about this and doing this. So I offer done with you support, done for you support that meets you where you are, so that you can start supporting your nervous system. And it's not about perfection at all. It's about having tools that actually work for you and fit into your actual life. Yours uniquely, not just because it's supposed to work, but because it actually works for you. The link to learn more about how to do this is in the description, so go check that out. There's plenty of ways that you can get started figuring out what works for you, your busy life, and your nervous system, instead of just trying another thing and going back out and researching what worked for someone else but may or may not be effective for you. You don't have to do this alone, because honestly, the daily whelm is more than enough. You deserve support that actually makes it easier, not harder, for you to get information that actually is right for you and your nervous system. What would it feel like to end your day with some energy left over, instead of feeling like you barely survived, or like you kind of slid in sideways into the end of the day, still whelmed, just like you were at the start and the middle of the day? How would it feel? Let's find out together. Oh, and hey, if you made it this far in the video, I'm guessing that you're feeling pretty whelmed and you're looking for solutions. So before you keep scrolling or go on to the next video, take a moment and just put your hand right here on your heart. Take the most comfortably deep breath you can. Try to relax your jaw. Maybe pull your tongue off your mouth. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. And tell yourself that this moment is okay. I'm okay right now. I'm safe in this moment. And then take another breath. Because you are. If you've been watching this video and you've been learning about Whelm and what you can do about it with me, you're safe right now. So take a breath. Feel into that moment. Just be with yourself right now. And then go check out the description of this video, and don't forget to like or subscribe before you leave. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm happy to answer them for you. I'll see you soon.